Hello everyone, welcome back. It is now February 15th of 2022, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian, The Bad Batch, and now the Book of Boba Fett, a lot of Star Wars fans around the world are truly looking forward to the future of the Star Wars universe by Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, George Lucas, Bob Chapek, Deborah Chow, and yes, we even have Peyton Reed coming back for future Star Wars, installments, whatever it may be. We're not quite sure yet, but Peyton Reed is coming back as a director. He's the guy that worked on The Mandalorian Season 2 finale with Luke. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really make sure to interact with you guys further. So the thing that's even all the more exciting now is that we are not only getting closer to the official trailer of the Kenobi series, which, by the way, in case you guys did not know, that is going to be debuting in mid to late March. So it's really on the horizon. It's right there. It's next month before, of course, the actual series drops on Disney Plus by May 25th. We have a lot of things coming our way. We have a lot of things happening at the same exact time. And it really just goes to show you that Jon and Dave are really the busiest guys working in Hollywood right now when it comes to really kind of carrying a franchise on their shoulders, right? So, with that being said, what's even all the more exciting has everything to do with what's being done to actually provide a lot of different changes and/or retcons to the sequel trilogy provided by both Filoni and Favreau. And that a lot, of course, has to do with the fact that they are working on a lot of TV shows that are going to provide said retcons to the sequel trilogy movies. Now, we already know that Luke is going to be getting 3 separate Jedi temples in the mandoverse, one of which is from The Last Jedi, the other of which is going to be on Yavin 4, and another of which is going to be claimed as an ancient Jedi temple on a planet that looks very similar to the world of Pilio. Now, on top of this, alright, with, of course, the Ahsoka Tano series getting ready to begin filming by Jon and Dave Filoni, sets are currently being built right now ahead of time before they begin working on some of the important scenes that will use revolutionary technology. However, it's noted that, of course, the Ahsoka series is going to do something major to the sequel trilogy films by providing multiple retcons and changes in Star Wars history that will impact and change the story of Episode 9, that will affect key characters like Ben Solo, Rey, and even Luke Skywalker, as well as Palpatine in the mix. Now, further, it's noted that both Jon and Dave are working on a very detailed scene for the Ahsoka series in order to improve the character of Luke by changing his Jedi path, using the world between worlds as well as elements of Palpatine that will eventually connect to the sequel trilogy movies. Essentially, Jon and Dave will be using their version of time travel, in a sense, in the world between worlds to change big moments in the sequel trilogy movies. One of which has something to do and something big to do with Luke Skywalker's decision after his temple burns down to the ground, and what he did to Ben Solo will be altered as well. And of course, we have Dave planning on doing all of this by recreating some brief moments in the sequel trilogy to insert into the Ahsoka Tano series, to provide fans a reimagining of certain sequences from the sequel trilogy films. So let me just stop right there for 1 second. So essentially what they are going to be doing in the Ahsoka series is that they are going to be recreating some of the key scenes from episodes 7, 8, and 9 and kind of reimagining that. Now, it really makes you wonder, how exactly are they going to be going, or how exactly are they really going to be able to go about doing that is the biggest question of all. Are they going to get some of the main cast members back? To be honest with you guys, I highly doubt it. If anything, they'll keep the characters vague, maybe a hood over their head or a rear view shot or something around those lines, but something is going to be changed by altering scenes from episodes 7, 8, and 9. Now, it's kind of similar to what we got to see in the Book of Boba Fett. Not that they changed anything per se, but they were able to give us an alternate view of Order 66. And pretty much it's that easy to recreate a scene or to create a different angle of a scene. And when you look at Jon and Dave, these are passionate creators. They're not just creators, these guys are fans. And they even admitted this, that they are hardcore fans. They know everything about everything of Star Wars Legends. They know everything that has to do with the vision of George Lucas and what's too much and what's too little and how to balance things out with certain characters. That's exactly what they did with Luke and Mando, and that's exactly what they did with Luke in Book of Boba. They provided a very good balance to the point where it really was enough for the fans. It worked out very, very well in my opinion. Now, moving on from all of that, alright, this is where things begin to pick up a bit, is that Jon and Dave have been thinking over this very carefully for the past number of months before they begin filming the scene by this summer. It's going to also feature characters such as Ezra Bridger going back to the world between worlds, and even Sabine Wren will have a chance to follow Ahsoka into this realm during her second time around in this dimension. The Ahsoka series is set to dive into the legacy of the father, the son, and the daughter. I don't know if you guys know about that, but if you don't, go ahead and check out the Clone Wars, and how it will be used to change story elements of the sequel trilogy films. Jon and Dave knew that they had to do something like this in the Ahsoka show, as Star Wars Rebels already changed, of course, history, and is living proof that things can be changed. Jon, of course, and Dave have already been considering altering or changing Luke Skywalker's fate in The Last Jedi, using the world between worlds to match up with how George Lucas wanted it all to actually really happen. Jon and Dave are also looking at making a second season to Ahsoka Tano, if all goes well, so that they can actually re-explore more about the Netherworld and even the world between worlds realm. Disney CEO Bob Chapek is described to be very excited about all of this unfolding in 2023 and knows that this is going to make fans around the globe very happy and wanting more about the Ahsoka show. Now, Jon and Dave have been working on this scene for almost 6 months, and now, of course, they are being very careful with all of this and are beginning to work on the Ahsoka series, using this to provide such changes to the sequel trilogy movies. That will also involve some crucial changes to the character of Rey as well, surprisingly. Now, the thing about this that I think a lot of fans absolutely need to know is the fact that they are going to be playing things very safe when it comes to the world between worlds. They have to, because you can't do too much, you can't do too little at the same exact time. Again, when it comes down to Jon and Dave, it's about finding a balance, and that balance they know how to work with. You know, they worked on it with what was too much or too little of Luke in Mando and Boba, and another prime example was how much was, too much or too little of Mando and Book of Boba Fett. I feel like that they have a good judgment, a good sense, if you will, of, what could actually wreck a show and what could actually really supplement a show and really make it all the more better and kind of just provide fans more Star Wars lore that they would have never really known about unless they checked out, this particular show in this example. So I think the fact that we are getting the world between worlds is a great choice by Jon and Dave. It kind of is going to, I believe, it's going to make fans go ahead and check out Star Wars Rebels Season 4. By the way, guys, if you have not seen Star Wars Rebels Season 4, A World Between Worlds, please go ahead and check it out right now, even if you're not into the animated shows. It'll give you a better idea of what is going to happen in the Ahsoka series and how it really works. It's going to give you a lot more knowledge about the overall lore, how it actually involves the father, the son, and the daughter in a very specific way as well, and you kind of get a better sense of what Jon and Dave are really going to do, so go ahead and check that out. But overall, guys, drop a comment below, let me know about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.